My name is Nikki Santiago. I live in Yonkers, New York. I'm crazy dog mom with 5 dogs. We met in 2017, and within like 3 months we lived together, and then within 6 months we were engaged. He will do anything for anyone. Like, he'll give you his shirt off his back. I think that's the thing I liked about him.
I was born in the Dominican Republic. Over there, you just go out to the backyard and grab your mangoes, your bananas. If you didn't have it, your neighbors had it.
And he's actually brought me down to that level where I'm like, do we need this or do we just want it? Which is nice.
We were still kind of new in the relationship, and we were still getting to know each other.
And then we found out I was pregnant.
We knew we wanted to be with each other, and adding a kid to the mix, it's exciting.
And then a week before our wedding, I miscarried.
Obviously, right before our wedding, it was tough.
I can look back and say now, it brought us closer together. We were able to realize we really wanted to be parents. We tried, for a while, and then nothing. My doctor said, I think it's time we have you go see reproductive. Based on my insurance, I had to go through 6 IUIs before they would transfer me to IVF. I didn't give myself the ability to grieve each cycle. I just kept going. So when that 6th IUI was a fail, I needed a break for my own sanity. And then we did our first egg retrieval, got 3 embryos, and only one of them was normal. We did the transfer and it didn't work. Insurance actually approved for me to do another egg retrieval, and I got 1 normal embryo. My pregnancy stick told me I was pregnant. I mean, I was ecstatic. We got a positive. I even called my mom and my sister. I was on 6 IUIs, 1 failed transfer, so that's 7 cycles, and now this is my 8th time. I'm like, whoa, this is great.
It was exciting. Of course, exciting to see that, yeah. But then comes with a lot of mixed emotions, like it's really happening.
So when I went in for the blood work, she was like, no. And I was like, I don't understand. I'm looking at a positive pregnancy test. And she was like, I'm really sorry, but your HCG levels are not telling us you're pregnant. I think at that point, all those 8 cycles caught up to me. David was at work. I called him and I'm like, we're done. That's it. I never want to do this again. He was like, okay, we're done. That's fine. This is the change. This is the push that I needed to switch to a different facility. I ended up doing an egg retrieval and I got 2 embryos. They were both normal. That's a huge win. And he really looked into the genetics of things because I actually have a genetic disorder, which I can pass 50-50 down to my child. He just was very attentive to our situation. It was around the end of 2021. I'm like, I feel like now's the time to do a transfer. Let's just try it. I peed on the stick. My husband told me not to, and it said positive. And I was skeptical. I went for beta, and she called me and she said, your numbers are low. She goes, but there's hope. There's many people who start out with their numbers being low, and it slowly increased, but not to the levels that they wanted it to. I started losing my mind. So my sister's like, I'm gonna come up. We did stuff to keep my mind busy. By the time I dropped my sister off at the airport, I got a call and they were like, your numbers really went up. And I'm like, shut up. And each time I went, my numbers kept going higher and higher. I finally went for an ultrasound. There was a little nugget. And then 2 days later, I started bleeding. And I went, and I remember I just kept my eyes closed. And I'm like, don't tell me anything if it's not good news. And she was like, there's a heartbeat. And I continued to bleed till I was 16 weeks. But everything else was developing with the baby. But obviously, deep down, I was nervous that she would have my disorder. And then I had a scare with my blood pressure, so I was hospitalized. They decided that they were going to induce me at 37 weeks. And then she came and everything was fine. she's funny. Like, she has the funniest expressions. To me, she's like a little clown. Like, she just makes you laugh even when things are hard.
She's getting big already. She's up to like 4 ounces. She's starting to have some of her little quirks come around, almost getting the hang of smiling.
I always wanted to be a mom, but I needed to be a mom. Like, I needed to do that. Hence why I have 5 dogs. Like, I had to care for something.